Hello and welcome to my channel, Nicola Yoga. I am Nicola. So today we're going to be doing a more advanced flow. So we're going to start with just grounding out in a nice, easy standing Tadasana or standing mountain. So engage through the heels, spread out the toes, grounding the toes so that engages the Achilles and the arch support. Micro bend the knees, engage the legs, tuck the pelvis, spreading the arms out wide, shoulders pull back and down, tuck in the chin, reach the crown up towards the ceiling, sucking the belly button back towards the spine as you tuck the pelvis and grow tall in the spine. And just allow yourself to ground out here. Breathe. Maybe float the eyes closed and come back to your intention. Setting your sankalpa for your practice, for your day, or the rest of your week. Breathe. Coming into stillness. Just a few breaths here. And then from here, we're just going to bring the hands down to the thighs. We're going to do a standing cat and cow. So we're going to round the shoulders, suck the belly button back, tuck the chin. Inhale, open the heart, open the chest, gaze up. Exhale, rounding, micro bend the knees, rounding in the shoulders. Inhale, gaze up, open the heart, arching the spine. Exhale, rounding. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more from your own flow and pace of breath. Engaging the sit bones to protect the lower back as you arch the spine. And then slowly float the hands down. Coming into Uttanasana or forward fold. So I'm just going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. So again, feet are hip distance apart, micro bend the knees, not cranking the legs. Head is heavy, shoulders are heavy. Relaxing the shoulders. Fold in, maybe rest your chest on your thighs. Nod the head, yes. And shake the head now. Inhale, come up onto the tippy toes, press the hands in, heels up, Prapada Uttanasana. Exhale, heels back down. Again, heels come up. Exhale, back down. One more, heels up. Exhale down, heel toe, the feet out wide. Taking the feet out to an angle, coming into that nice yogi squat. And breathe. Now from here, we're going to bring the hands to heart center. Engaging the thumbs to the sternum. Tuck in the pelvis, grow tall, elbows press out the thighs. So giving yourself a nice little hip opener here. Maybe rocking backwards and forwards. Just creating a little bit of movement. And then from here we're going to bring the hands down, elbows down. So as if you're going to come into a lift. So just getting used to that position. And sometimes you can get into a handstand from this position. So we're just allowing a little bit more flexibility in the spine and an opening in the hips. slowly, slowly come back up. So you can engage through the right hand. I'm just going to again turn so you can see what I'm doing. Engage through the right hand, reach the left hand up, open the heart, gaze up, not dumping the head. Now you can stay here. If you want to go deeper, bring the right shoulder in towards the knee, wrap the arm around the shin, and as if your arms being twisted, reach the hand back to bind to the left hand. Again, neck extends as long as you open shoulders, breathe. And then slowly come back. Left hand to the midline, reach the right hand up, open the heart, gaze up. Neck extends long, not dumping the head. And then again, if you want to go deeper, bring the left shoulder down towards the knee. Reach the left arm in front of the shin and then twist the arm to reach towards the right hand to bind. Again, neck extends long, not dumping the head, gaze is up. Breathe. And then slowly, slowly come back. So we're going to bring the hands down, tuck the chin, and just fold in no further than the elbows. So again, we're stretching out the thoracic spine. When we come into headstand, shoulder stands, or arm balances, it's always good to stretch out those shoulders first, before and after actually. Breathe, and maybe allow your knees to rest against your upper arms or deltoids. Maybe come up onto the tippy toes, whatever works for you. Maybe again rock backwards and forwards. And then slowly, slowly come back up, press into the thighs. So from here we're going to come into a seated straddle. Again, warming up the upper body before we come into those more advanced poses. Bring the right foot in towards the left thigh. Reach over towards the knee, the shin, the ankle, two peace fingers to the big toe. Sweep the right arm up and level with the other arm, level with the shoulders. Neck extends long, not dumping the head, engage through both sit bones, maybe reaching over towards the outside of that left foot. So head to knee pose or twisted head to knee pose. Parsva-Jnana-Sasana. Head can come down to the knee if that's available for you, but stay engaged in the sit bones here. Breathe. And then slowly reach up and over. Breathe. And slowly come back up. Right foot comes out, left foot comes into the inner thigh, and we're going to repeat on the other side. So again, engage through both sit bones. Reaching to the knee, the shin, the ankle, or two peace fingers to the big toe. Reach the left arm up, level with the shoulders. Neck extends long, not dumping the head, staying engaged in the sit bones, maybe reaching over towards the outside edge of the right foot this time as the head comes down towards the knee. So Parsva-Jnana-Sasana or twisted head to knee pose. You can micro bend the knee or bend the knee deeply, whatever works for you. Breathe. Inhale, slowly, slowly come back up and reach over to the other side. And then slowly, slowly come back up. Okay, so we're going to warm up the spine. Hands come underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So cat and cow, inhale, drop the pelvis, gaze up, open the heart, not dumping in the hands. A reminder to curl the fingers, feeling the pads of the fingertips and knuckles of the hands. Cow pose, Bittilasana. Exhale, fold in, pressing in, curling in. Gaze towards the abdomen or the thighs. Inhale, gaze up, drop the pelvis, open the heart. So articulating the spine, engagement in the core. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale up. Exhale, fold to that stretching cat or Ardha Madrasana. Again, 3 more following your own flow and pace of breath. And then coming down to our more intense pose. So, making sure the elbows are shoulder distance apart. Link the hands. So engagement through the elbows, shoulders pull back. Maybe walking the knees just a little bit closer as you allow your head to come down to your hands. So the crown is here. Curl under the toes. Lift up as if you're setting up for dolphin. Breathe, take your time. Engagement in the elbows, so you're not dumping in the shoulders here. Walk the feet up, and then from here, raise one leg up. Then the other. Shoulder stand. And then slowly come back down when you're ready. Coming into child's pose. Always good to reset the spine after a shoulder stand. Now when you're in shoulder stand, it's important to build up strength in the shoulders and the core before you even attempt this pose. So when we do that in your regular practice, you want to be doing dolphins, which is this. So like a down dog, but on the elbows. And then maybe coming forwards to dolphin planks. Again, good core engagement, neck extends long, engage the glutes, not dumping the head. Exhale, back to the dolphin. So this is a really good workup to doing the headstand. Or any arm balancing poses. So when this starts to feel comfortable and you feel like you have enough strength in shoulders, then you know you're then ready to go into a more advanced pose like the headstand. So when you are in headstand, you're not actually putting weight in the head, because that can be really bad for the neck. There is at least a credit card gap between your hands and your crown, or the earth and your crown. And that's really important. So if you're not there, and you know that when your head goes down, you're not going to be able to hold yourself up using your deltoids and your traps, etc., and everything else that engages those back and spine muscles to hold yourself up in a headstand, I would advise you strongly not to do so and especially with not the help of a yoga teacher. So anyway, ran over. Next pose. So we're going to come into plank. Curl under the toes, lift the hips up, hold here. Exhale, down dog. Feet hip distance apart. Come down to the plank. Neck extends long, engagement in the glutes. Feel that nice straight line you're creating from the crown of the head to the heels. Exhale, down dog. Forwards to plank. Exhale, dog. Forwards to plank. Exhale, dog. 3 more, following your own flow and pace of breath. Holding the plank as long as you need. Again, you're going to feel that in the deltoids in the core, upper body. Last one. Come back to the child's pose to reset the body, knees wide, reaching my hands out long. And then slowly come back up. So we're going to come into an arm balance. So we're going to come into crow, Bakasana. So feet come back to mat distance apart, feet come out to an angle. So again, you can start in yogi squat if you wish. You can bring the hands down shoulder distance apart. Again, making sure you curl those fingertips, so keeping good mobility in the wrists. Knees come up to the armpits, and then take one big toe to the midline, then the other. Inhale, gaze forwards, start to tilt forwards, and then fly. And then slowly come down when you're ready. Rotate the wrists one way. Rotate the wrists the other way. Now a good indicator that you're ready for headstand, shoulder stand, or any form of arm balance is when you can get into the crow. And again, if you can stay there for a minimum, at least 5 breaths, that's going to be a good indicator of where your upper body strength is taking you. And again, the next pose will also define that. So we're going to come into assisted shoulder stand with a rock and roll. So hands behind the knees or the hamstrings. Nice bend in the knees and rock and roll as you massage out the spine. And when you come up, core engagement, so the toes don't touch the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Just massaging out the spine. And then when you're ready, inhale, roll up. Hands to the lower back if you need. Neck extends long, tuck in the chin. Weight is in the shoulders, not in the neck. Engagement in the core, engagement in the thighs. Straighten out the legs, point the toes. Now again, if this isn't your regular practice, maybe link the hands behind the back and use the core to straighten out the body. Breathe. Maybe you can come up onto the elbows and just lightly touch the fingertips together, but still keep engagement in the core. Breathe. Maybe take the feet out wide to a straddle. Flex the feet as you bring the toes down to tap, just gently. So again, we're using core. Point the toes, come back up. Exhale, flex the feet. Lightly tap. So we're going really slow, so you have engagement in the core here. Tap, come back up. Exhale, flex the toes and tap. Go really slow. And again, slowly, slowly come back up. So again, you're building on core stability, lower back and upper back in this pose. Maybe come into plow or halasana as you flex the feet and slowly lower. Pause here. See where that core strength, what's happening in that core? What's happening to the lower back? Listen to your body. And then slowly, slowly lower. If your feet touch the earth, and maybe pedal out the feet in plow. And see how tight those hamstrings are. What does it feel like in the lower back? Listen to your body, and again, if you're too deep, come out of the pose. Any discomfort, any deeper than a 4 to 6 out of 10, please release out of the pose. Breathe, let go. Maybe bring the knees over to one side, touch the shoulder or the earth. Exhale, bring the feet back up. Walk the knees over towards the other side, again to the shoulder or tap the earth. And back up. Slowly with control, take one leg up, then the other. Bring the legs back down to plow. And alternate the lift. So bring the other leg up first and then the other side. Back to our lovely Salamba Sarvangasana. Hands come to the lower back, bend the knees in and slowly, slowly unwind. And again, hug the knees in, rock backwards and forwards or side to side. Always good to come into a twist after our lovely assisted shoulder stand. So straighten out the left leg, right knee stays in, flex both feet as if you're coming into wind relieving pose or Pavana Muktasana. Right arm comes out to cactus or a T as you gaze towards the right elbow, and then left hand to the outside of the right knee as you come into that lovely sleeping twist pose, gazing over towards the right. Now from here, depending on how flexible you are, you can straighten out the right leg as long as the toe touches the earth. Now if it doesn't, you can bring the foot back on top of the left leg, or you can bring the right heel underneath the left knee. So coming into a deeper twist. So you're going to feel that deeper in the glute and the IT band here. Feeling into the sensation in the right side of the waist, side body and chest. Feeling the space in the abdomen. Breathe. And then slowly, slowly come back. Hug both knees back in to reset the spine. And then from here, we're going to straighten out the right leg, left knee stays in towards the chest, flex both feet. So again, starting in wind relieving pose. And then take the left arm out to cactus as you gaze towards the left elbow. Shoulders stay grounded as you bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee this time. And come into a twist. Again, you can straighten out the left leg long as the big toe touches the earth. If it doesn't, bring the foot back to rest on the right leg. Or you can take the left heel underneath the right knee. Breathe, let go. Slowly, slowly, slowly come back. Hug both knees in. And then from here we're going to rock back up to seated. as many rotations as you need. Round, cross over, roll over the knees or swing the legs around, and coming back to a cat and cow. And just start to open up the spine again for our next pose. So from here I'm going to come up against the wall. So we're going to come into an arm balance now, so Peacock Pose. So I'm going to bring the mat a little bit closer so you can come into the frame. Now again, I'm going to warm up the spine again with the elbows at shoulder distance apart. Hands are forwards, planted to the earth, knees underneath the hips. A modified cat and cow. So inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round in. Inhale, exhale. And then when you inhale, making sure the head isn't close. You're not dumping in the shoulders or the elbows. Now a really good starter pose to again build strength, ready for that lift. So bringing your hands, I'm probably about 6 to 8 inches away from the wall. So we're going to curl under the toes, going to lift up again. So if you're coming into dolphin, now if you're not in the elbow or arm balances yet, maybe just walk the feet in and then spring off one foot and do a few of these pulses as you flick up like so. However, if you are there, coming into it how you normally do it, or you can follow me as I spring all the way up. So again, whatever works for you. And then come down. Again, I encourage you to come into child's pose anytime that you come out of an arm balance, headstand, to just reset the spine and just allow everything to settle back in. So you can have arms out in front, resting on the chin or the forehead, however open your shoulders are, or maybe sweep the arms back to rest against the knees, palms up, and rest on one ear. Breathe. Allowing the heart rate to come back down. Inhale as you rest on the other ear and flipping over and settle in, let go. And then slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders and come back up. So from here, we're just going to come back to seated to stretch out the shoulders just a little bit more, releasing the stretch. So I'm just going to clear some space here. Okay, so easy seated or kneeling, whatever works. The right arm across the chest, sweeping the left hand from the shoulder down to the wrist. Hold here, shoulders pull back and down. Breathe. You can stay here if you want to go deeper. Guide the right hand down the back as you hold on to the elbow. Again, you can stay here, breathe. Staying tall in the spine, tucking the chin. Or again, if you want to go deeper, left hand comes out to the side, thumb faces down, and reach the hands up to bind. Elbows can stay tall, close to the body and the rib cage, or close to the head and the rib cage. Or you can spread the elbows out if you want a slightly different stretch. Breathe. And then slowly release. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And then the other way. And then swapping over heels, so we're going to repeat that on the other side. So sweep the left arm across the chest, right hand to the shoulder, sweeping down to the wrist. Shoulders pull back and down, stay tall in the spine, sucking the belly button back to the spine, tucking the chin, reaching the crown up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Or if you want to go deeper, again, guiding the hand down in between the shoulder blades as you hold onto the elbow with the right hand so the arm is up against the side of the head. Breathing here. Again, if you want to go deeper again, reach the right arm out wide, thumb down, and reach the hand up to bind with the left. So again, the elbows stay close, one close to the head, one close to the rib cage. Reach up tall or reach the elbows out wide. So whichever stretch you feel works for you today. And then slowly, slowly release. Again, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Using your breath. Maybe float the eyes closed and feel into the sensation you're meeting with the body. And then the other way. Nice. Okay, so again, we're going to come into another shoulder stand, but in a different way. So this time we're going to come into a straddle position. We're going to take the feet out wide. And then from here we're going to allow the head to come down, resting on the crown to start. We're going to link the hands behind the head. So again, you have to have open shoulders for this. Allow the head to come back and then gently roll up to shoulder stand. So it's a nice funky way of getting into the shoulder stand. In actual fact, it's easier than it looks. Breathe. And then slowly, slowly come back down. Again, hug the knees in towards the chest, rocking backwards and forwards, or side to side, massaging out the sacral and thoracic spine. And then from here, bring the arms back to cactus, leave the knees in towards the chest. As you bring the knees over towards the left, gaze to the right, coming back to a twist. So a slightly deeper twist than before. Inhale back to center. Exhale the knees towards the other side as you gaze towards the left. And breathe. And then slowly, slowly straighten out the legs. Roll over onto your tummy. Coming into Sphinx. So elbows underneath the shoulders. Neck extends long, engagement in the glutes. Gaze in between the hands, press into the hands and the elbows, shoulders pull back. Inhale, gaze up, open the heart. Exhale, round in. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Come back to center, gaze over the left shoulder as you bring the right shoulder over so you're feeling the stretch in the thoracic spine. Inhale back to center, gaze over the right shoulder, allow the left shoulder to round in. And just repeat 2 more on each side. Flowing with breath, grace and ease. And then coming back through Sphinx. Again, articulate the spine. Inhale, gaze up, open the heart, engagement in the glutes. Exhale, round in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, 3 more. So feel that stretch in the abdomen, engagement in the core. Really good to suppress hunger too. And then from here, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Come back through tabletop to rest in child's pose to finish off our practice. So knees out wide, mat distance apart, big toes together, sit bones down to the heels. And again, reach the arms out in front. Resting on the chin or the forehead, whatever works for you today. Or again, you can rest with your arms against your knees. Breathe. Letting go of distraction. Maybe coming back to your sankalpa, your intention for your practice today. Maybe resting on one ear as you settle in. Or maybe just sending some energy to someone that needs it right now, even if that someone is you. Breathe, let go into stillness. And if you are resting on one ear, rest over towards the other. And taking a few breaths here. Release, let go. Bringing one hand back underneath the shoulder, then the other, and slowly coming back up to seated. Now if you feel you need to come into Shavasana, feel free to do so. Pause the video and do whatever you feel your body needs. Or coming back to seated to seal off our practice today. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope you enjoyed more advanced postures and a few different transitions to what we would normally do in our gentler classes. So from here, nice easy seated position. Again, you can be in easy cross-legged Sukhasana Heels in towards the midline for a deeper stretch, or you can bring the heel to the crease of the hip for half lotus, Ardha Padmasana, or crossing over to full Padmasana or full lotus. Again, hands come to heart center, tuck in the chin. Maybe float the eyes closed or rest with your gaze 2 or 3 feet ahead. Coming into prayer in Anjali Mudra or Namaskar. Take a few breaths, come back to your intention, your Sankalpa. Breathe. Coming into prayer. May be healthy, may be safe, may be peaceful. May awaken to the light of your one true nature. And if you are in lotus or half lotus, unfold the legs and bow down to prayer. Thank you everyone for sharing in our practice today. I hope you enjoyed this flow. So if you are at the advanced level, please let me know how this went for you, or if you're just trying to build up the strength to get into some of the headstands, handstands or shoulder stands. Please let me know how the strength is building up for you. I'd love to hear from you. Please hit the like button if you like this video, and I will see you again soon. Namaste.